Hey, what's up, Exit the Matrix family? Bob here. Hey, guys, I hope you're having a great day. Thank you for joining me on this morning talk. So, to be honest, when I left for work this morning, I didn't have a specific subject to talk about, and I grabbed some coffee and a donut on my way out of my town. I got to commute over to a town over on the other side of a mountain, basically. In fact, I'm just heading up that mountain, and so I just basically was asking the universe, like, what should we talk about today? And just boom, in my head, like, just loud and obvious was the Great Awakening. So I guess we'll just go with the flow. That's what the universe wants us to talk about, so we'll talk about it. So I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Like, are a lot of people wakening up? And we're not talking the woke agenda here, folks. Like, look, woke is it's basically a generic version of awakened, but it's backed by, cultural Marxism and social justice and BS leftist garbage, right? It's basically what wokeism is. And being woke, it's see, a lot of times the people that control the media, that control the entertainment industry, that try to control the social narrative, they'll take something good and righteous and positive, and they'll flip it and they'll bring out the opposite side of the coin. But they'll coin it something that sounds good, right? Like being woke, some people say, well, that means I'm already awakened. I'm woke now, it sounds like a positive thing, right? But it's not. It's the shadow side. It's the negative side, polarity of the coin. And then they use that to push that agenda on everybody to try to counterbalance the other side of the coin, the true awakening. And look, folks, they're getting desperate, okay? The world elite, one thing we can say good that's going on right now is that their actions are pointing to the fact that they're getting nervous that so many people are wakening up, awakening. And they are having trouble now trying to stop it. See, they went all in. Under the COVID era, they went all in, and they thought that they had swayed the public and their energies and their consciousness to their goals. But the problem was they went too far. I mean, look, folks. And I hate to use this term because, I mean, my God, every other day now, I see like guys like Alex Jones and stuff are using this term, the Streisand effect, right? But it's true. I mean, look, it's like a kid, right? When you are trying to, like, say, hiding like your kid's gifts during Christmas, and you're like, hey, don't look in mom and dad's closet, when we're gone. You're not allowed to go in there because, you got all their presents in there. So as soon as mom and dad leaves the house, what does the kid do? They go sneak into the room and go look in the closet, right? And I know this because I did it as a kid, right? It's the same thing. So they went so hard on pushing this world medical tyranny. They went so hard on, pushing this cultural Marxism. They went so hard on just so much BS, climate change, and, on and on and on, right? That they actually pushed people to look outside of what they were trying to get them to look at, People started questioning the jabbies and the masks and all the bullshit, like the 6 foot, distancing, and disavowing things that actually have been proven to work, like herd immunity and certain pastes and other remedies, right? that are known to, to kill, viruses and bacterias and stuff, and parasites. And so they were trying to move people away from like true remedies into their bullshit stuff. And of course, those of us that have been digging into this, we understand why, because they were implanting humanity on a massive scale with these let's see how carefully we can put this. And I hope you guys are intelligent to understand what I'm talking about when I have to talk between the lines and stuff. But, like a graph, but then like kind of like in a pencil, right? You get my meaning? Putting that in you. And then some people call that the black goo, because when it's operating with frequencies, you can actually control it. And then, the, very small particulate computer chips, if you get my meaning, right? So small that they are smaller than the tip of a needle. And, well, so we all know, those that are digging now, we know that that's what they were trying to, put in everybody's bodies. And why is that? Well, because they're also bringing forth to humanity their quantum computer systems that reach into other dimensions and such. A lot of engineers I've seen talks on quantum computers, they even admit they don't totally understand how they work completely, at least, because they're reaching into other dimensions and pulling data and stuff that regular computers don't have the ability to do. And so and I think a lot of this, they learned this technology with their CERN experiments and stuff. I think that's where they started learning how to, build these supercomputers like that. And then, of course, they got 5G put up right during the whole COVID thing. And that's just all base for the next step, which is the 6G towers that'll go up, the 6G systems. And once the 6G rolls out, that's when they roll out their Internet of Bodies, Internet of Things, Internet of everything. Okay? And of course, these same things that they were putting in you, they were also putting in the skies. They were covering the whole earth, blanketing the whole earth, and they still are in these particulates. So that when their 6G goes live, they can build a holographic, completely digital copy of the earth, every square inch of the earth, and every animal, plant, and living thing, including humans, will be covered in these data points that are speaking, constantly sending data to the supercomputers and the AI controlled supercomputers, I should add. And they'll have built a worldwide matrix within a matrix, a grid that they control, that they have tabs, surveillance on everything. They have data on everything. They'll literally be able to know every tree on earth, the total quantity. They'll know all of each, like all the deer, all the everything, folks. And they've spoken about this, folks, in their sustainability talks. How they'll be able to completely control and manage all resources on earth. How do you think they were going to do that? Well, you got to have tabs on every resource on earth, right? I mean, at least above ground, obviously. It's not like these particulates are like, digging their way through the earth, I mean, they know where all the gold will be and all the cobalt and lithium and all that. No, but they've got LiDAR technologies and other things now that help with all that. But no, they are building a worldwide surveillance grid and data grid. And all this is part of the Antichrist system, folks. I've gone into this at Revelation. See, Revelation was not about supernatural angels and gods coming down from the sky on white horses and stuff. It was always about trying to control and take over the Christ consciousness within all of us. You could call the Christ consciousness the spark of divinity, that source energy, that we are all fractals of, that we are all the children of God, all the children of that source. We are all fractals of that master mind, that grand spirit, energy, consciousness, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter, folks. Look, all those things are all the same, okay? And all is connected. And so they're trying to build an artificial version of that here on Earth. And it's not for our good, folks. I mean, the lefties, they believe everything government and science does is for their benefit. I mean, these people are as brainwashed as the far right. It's ridiculous, man. I mean, they worship government and science like it's a god. Well, they're going to be given their god, their AI god, right? Their Antichrist. So a lot of people are starting to awaken to this stuff. See, if you talked about this to people 10 years ago, 99% of the population would think you're a kook and that you don't know what you're talking about and you're a weirdo and a freak. But ever since they pushed so hard, they caused the Streisand effect, where now people are rebelling and they're going against the mainstream narrative and they're looking outside the box. Not all the way, obviously, right? A lot of the people that have awakened are your far right Christians, but yet they haven't awakened to the lies of their own religion yet, okay? Of the whole Christ narrative, of the ancient texts. They don't understand, you know, who the rulers of the world are. They don't understand their own Bible. They don't understand Genesis, the Genesis story. Because they've been fed BS their whole lives about a snake speaking to Eve and all that. It's stupid. Okay, folks? It's stupid. There's actually Christians that read the Bible like word for word, face value. They don't understand that it's it's allegories. It's parables, allegories, symbolism, astrotheology, sun worship, and other ancient religions and teachings and Anunnaki worship all rolled into one book, okay? It's not so simple, folks. But see, they still fall for this. So yes, a lot of these people are awakening, but they're not ready to awaken to the full extent. Because they don't realize that religion's part of the matrix. It's part of the control system that the world elite use to manipulate and control the world. But see, the world elite, they understand that their systems are being figured out. Their current systems. They understand that people are starting to wake up. So what they're going to do is try to just take control of humanity and our minds and our spirit by force. And that's what this Antichrist, beast system, one world government system that they're building is. That's the Antichrist, folks. It's your AI systems powered by quantum computers, controlling a worldwide surveillance and data grid built with like particulates of small sizes and phene of the graph type, and they're 6G and who knows, maybe 7G, the internet of bodies, the internet of everything. See, they have these already in your body, folks. That's what the whole point of the jibby jabby stuff was. It was never about stopping a virus or anything. It was always about getting these in everybody. And then they realized when a lot of people rebelled, because that's what us humans do, right? We rebel. We get tired of these tyrants, right? So we, the ones that refused, which was probably about 30 to 40% worldwide, refused to take their stuff. And maybe it's a little higher. I don't know, folks. I'd like to say it was 50%, but I think it's probably 30 to 40. Because even a lot of people that were against it took it to keep their jobs, right? They were threatened to lose their jobs and benefits and all this stuff, right? Their insurance get dropped. And I mean, they were just full on trying to force people. Oh wait, not force people. Strongly convince people, right? and still give the illusion of free will, but with a hammer behind their back ready to knock you over the head with it if you don't comply. But still 30 to 40%, my estimate, I'm probably wrong, didn't comply at all, didn't take it at all. So what did they do with those people? Well, it's all right. They just put all this same stuff now in our cosmetics, our personal hygiene products, in our toothpaste, in our food. So they're going to get it in us regardless, folks. Like, look, there's people working on this subject right now that they can now scan for this technology in your bodies. They actually have like devices now they've designed because of this whole thing. And they can scan your body and find these all over people's bodies, even those that didn't take the jibby jabby. Now, the ones that took the jibby jabby, they have way more advanced, right? They're embedded completely in them. They're propagated. These people, I don't even know if you call them human anymore. I mean, their DNA now's been manipulated. Their whole bodies have been infected. And these things grow and build within their bodies, okay? Like little robots, right? Using the body's electrical energy to build antennas and build systems within the body. Because they're all programmed. See, these little things are programmed, folks, okay? And but we all have them. I have them. You have them. Regardless of how many pastes and remedies you're trying to take, there's some ways to flush some out, but let's be real, folks. I mean, this is being forced on all of us. And I'm starting to think the only way that we can stop this completely is that we cut off their systems that they're going to try to go live with. And that's a tall order, because you got half the population, the far left, trust the science retards. The trust the science, trust government. These same people used to be against big, medicine and against big government and censorship and anti-war. Now these people are all pro-war. And I mean, look, there aren't no hippies no more, folks. They're a bunch of leftist yuppies pretending they're hippies when they're really a bunch of tyrant Marxists. But they're stupid too, because they've signed their own warrants, for their ending. Get my meaning? And they're actually supporting it and empowering it and backing it. And that's the bad part, is like, that's half your population. And then the other half that, I wouldn't say half are awakening. It's probably more like really like 30% or less are truly awakening. But even those, they don't understand the full scope of what's going on. Okay? They're starting to learn some things here and there, but they don't understand what all the things that I've just laid out. Because a lot of them are still stuck in biblical narratives. And look, folks, Revelation was a true prophetic writing. A lot of people that study it say that it was taken out of the Bible, added. It was taken in and out of the Bible like 100 times over the years as the Bible's been edited, re-edited, remixed, over and over and over again. But they don't understand that this I got sidetracked. A car did something weird here. Squirrel, my bad. But some people that have been looking into the Revelation, they're saying it reads more like a Hermetic text, like a Gnostic Hermetic, type of text. And so whoever wrote this, we don't know. Was it one of the apostles or one of their scribes or somebody hundreds of years later, right? That wrote it? Was it some Gnostic Hermetic writing? Who knows, folks? I mean, it really doesn't matter, but whoever wrote it was seeing this transhumanist future. And they were trying to warn everybody. Okay? And whoever wrote it, they understood that the Christ consciousness is the goal. It's the Antichrist. It's not about some fallen angel coming back to deceive everybody to worship him. No, it's the building of the AI God to run the world for the world elite, to completely enslave the world under total technocratic surveillance and tyranny, and where even your own body, your own thoughts could be monitored This is their ultimate goal. I think these people, folks, I think they truly believe that they can trap spirit here on Earth in technology. I mean, these people have hard-ons for that, right? These Yuval Hararis and all these clowns with the WEF and stuff, and a lot of your technocrats, you know. Look, I don't need to name names. You know who they are. You know, if they're working on all these digital worlds and stuff, you know that they're involved in all of these technologies. You know that they're working for this, but they want to have total control of everybody. Okay, I mean, it just they see humans as just animals, as a resource, right? That they can do what they want with. And they want to try to trap your spirits. And like, that's right. Sorry, I got sidetracked again. I'm sorry, folks. I've had a few squirrel moments popping up here while I'm trying to stay focused on my talk. Anyways, Yuval Harari and these guys, they all talk about that they'll be able to upload their consciousness to computer systems, to like the metaverse and stuff like this, right? So it's like, why are these people so afraid to cross back over? And, why are they so afraid to go back to source? Why, when the spirit leaves the body or the consciousness leaves the body, they want to trap their consciousness here, which is, to me, weird, right? Because I see Earth as kind of more hell-like than, like, a type of Garden of Eden, okay? Now, don't get me wrong, the Earth itself, nature, Mother Gaia, is lovely and fantastic and deadly and beautiful at the same time, right? I mean, Earth, the animal, the systems, they all work in harmony with each other. It's humans that were added to this place, obviously. We don't fit in here. But look, man, I don't want to be here forever, do you? I mean, this world is not that great. I don't want to be here forever. Hey, I take the good with the bad. There's some great good here and great bad. It's a world of polarity and duality. And I don't want to be here forever. I don't want to upload my consciousness and live for millions of years on Earth in a computer system. That's what these people want to do. They're weirdos. They're freaks. And I would question why. Like, what do they know about the afterlife that they're so afraid of? And I know Christians get jealous because they're going to burn in hell. No, I think it's more than that. I think that these people ruling this world have always ruled this world, and they've figured out ways to recycle their spirits back into this earth without going through the mind wipe and such, so that their progeny, they come back into and are reborn into their families. That's how they can keep on this massive wealth building and this massive control over the earth, like solidifying it. It's like they're the ones hiding from the light, from the source. And they're the ones that feed upon us, like the archons we've been talking about in videos, right? The Gnostics talk about the archons, that the demiurge, that it's like his beings that he uses to manage the earth, the matrix, are these archons that you call them angels, okay? And or demons, whatever. According to the Gnostic text, Yaldabaoth, Yahweh, created the demons and demons and, well, devils and demons, I guess, are the same thing, but the angels and the demons, okay, to manage. It's like a good cop, bad cop thing, right? That's exactly what it is. Now, why are these people so obsessed with uploading their consciousness into systems on Earth and not allowing their consciousness, to leave the body and go back to the light? I mean, that's the big question, right? I mean, have these beings been hiding from the light for thousands of years, and and now they think they have the technology to ensure that they never go back to the light? I don't know, folks. That's some real deep stuff to think about, but I'll tell you what, these people truly think that they can enslave our bodies, enslave our energy, and enslave our spirits if possible. And that's what they're trying to do ultimately. That's the Antichrist system that they're building, the Antichrist consciousness. Okay? But hey, man, you want to believe in white horses and angels flying down from heaven, a host of heaven coming back with Jesus to fight the devil, and his minions and Armageddon, or in the Megiddo Valley and Armageddon, right, and all that. Okay, you believe that, dude. But you can obviously see that the true Antichrist system is transhumanism, okay? It doesn't take that much to really figure it out, what they're building. And all these things are distractions that they're trying to keep us away from that grand awakening. So, I don't know, I ask you guys again, I'd love to see your comments. What do you think? Are people truly awakening? Is this a great awakening that we're witnessing, or a lot of people just kind of half-assing it, and pretending like they know everything, but they're holding on to their jewels, like clutching their pearls, like religion and stuff, right? They already got their ticket punched to heaven, and they don't give a crap what happens in this world, right? See, a lot of these people that just sit around on their asses, folks, and do nothing, are like the same people that fell for Q. Same people. Why? Well, because they've been conditioned their whole life, going to church every Sunday, sitting in that pew, just being told, don't worry, as long as you have faith in the Lord, and you trust in the Lord, and you're giving your life to the Lord, Jesus, your ticket to heaven is punched. You will be saved. And everybody else is going to burn in hell. So your whole life you've been conditioned just to sit on your ass and do nothing, right? And act like you're saved and you're better than everybody. Just like the Q-tards, right? Same thing. It was obviously an intelligence agency psyop. And I think it was designed to put out bits of truth so that people would believe it. But at the same time, it was to keep people distracted while they continued to build their systems, to sit on the sidelines. Trust the plan. The White Hat's got it all under control, folks. Wait for the text messages. Wait for the internet to be shut down and rebooted. Wait for the Nasara and Jasara and the world jubilee of your debts wiped out. Yeah, it's all coming, folks. Just sit on your ass, do nothing, and go to church every Sunday. There you go. Sorry, I probably hurt a lot of feelings, but that's the truth. Truth hurts, right? Cuts like a knife, as Bryan Adams used to sing, right? Love Bryan Adams, man. He's got some good love ballads, right? Anyways, guys, hey, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. If you're interested in doing a one-on-one Zoom with me, or just helping support Exit the Matrix, however you can, there's information in the descriptions, and at the very least, folks, give the videos a like and share them, and we'll keep growing. And if you're not with me over on Facebook, the link is also in the descriptions for that. And sometimes I put my X link under there. I put my Rumble link. I haven't really done much with Rumble. For a while, months ago, I tried to get on like uploading Rumble videos so I could do more uncensored stuff. Rumble is extremely hard to upload to. I mean, I would sit like for a whole day. I'd be like upload, re-upload, every time it would like never upload videos, which YouTube, I could get the same video if I was on Wi-Fi, upload in 20 minutes. If it was on, on cell service, like an hour. But yeah, it's Rumble's a joke, dude. I like the more freedom on Rumble, but their systems are still not quite there to the level of YouTube. So, but anyways, you still join me over there, folks, because I may have to have backups built, and that was the whole plan of the Rumble channel. But anyways, or going where I could do some more hard hitting, less censored like type stuff, right? But anyways, guys, hey, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.